my first ever reshoot of a video because, I have a spot in my glasses, because I purged the memory of this iPad and accidentally deleted this number 15. So I'm going to redo the whole thing. So this is the only time I've ever read it beforehand. But it's okay. It's still going to be good. Okay, so number 15, episode 15, is for St. Patrick's Day because St. Patrick's Day is today. Yay! I don't drink beer, so I'm not going to go over party anyway, even if we weren't in a panorama. So, St. Patrick is the patron saint of snake bites. Snake bites. He was born about 390 and about 461. His feast day is obviously March 17th. So, here we go. Even people who can't tell the difference between an archangel and an abbess know that St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland. But he really didn't. But we'll get there. The legend is one of the oldest and most enduring. Most enduring? And it's true that to this day, no serpents live in Ireland. Because no serpents ever lived in Ireland. It's a Googleable moment. My kids bought me this mug for good reason. Googleable moment. Of course, it's also true that Romans who visited the island centuries before Patrick noticed the country was snake-free. In modern times, it has been common to view the story metaphorically. Metaphorically. Metaphors. With the snakes representing the false gods and heathenish practices of the pre-Christian Irish, which St. Patrick banished from the island. The pagans. The snakes were metaphorically the pagans. He banished them from the island, or you converted by force. And if you didn't convert by force, you were... That's how all the pagans left. By force conversion, by death, or by departure. They left. They left. I know. My nails are crappy. I know. Don't look at my nails. Anyway. St. Patrick was not an Irishman. I don't know who doesn't know this, but I knew this. St. Patrick was not an Irishman. He was British, born in a town called Banavita, close to the border of England and Scotland. So he was kind of Scotch, you know. About the year 406, raiders from Ireland attacked the town and carried off some of the inhabitants as slaves. So, continuing, I gotta continue the next sentence. Among the captives was 16-year-old Patrick. So Patrick was kidnapped by the Irish as a slave. Keep that in mind. In Ireland, he was put to work as a shepherd. Amongst other things, he was mainly taking care of the sheep. For 6 years, he lived almost entirely outdoors, ill-clothed, underfed, and close to despair. because that's the life of a slave. Although raised in a Christian home over in Britain, young Patrick had never taken Christianity seriously, but now, with no one else to turn to, he began to pray to the God he had always scorned. Of course, that's always the way. That's always the way. I hate you, God! Please help me. That's always the storyline. They turn to God in their hour of need. There's no atheists in foxholes. Oh, you'll convert on your deathbed. That's the narrative. That's the narrative that they push. They, I mean Christians and evangelicals and Christian apologists. And his prayers were answered. Patrick escaped, returned to his family in Britain, and then went to France to study for the priesthood. Because God helped him escape slavery. Okay. After his ordination, he had a dream in which he heard the voices of millions of Irish crying, "Come back, young man, and walk amongst us once again!" In his dream, come back and walk amongst us once again. Now, I've always wondered, thinking back on this now that I had a few days to marinate this, maybe he went back to Ireland as revenge for the people who kidnapped him. Not necessarily to preach Christianity. Maybe the Christianity was like a veil that he put on, a facade saying, I'm going to teach all the pagans Christian stuff and convert them. But really, in the back of his mind, he's like, I'm going to get revenge on the people who kidnapped me, all the pagans who kidnapped me. I think that is the underlying narrative. Revenge. Patrick interpreted the dream as a call to convert the Irish to Christianity. Of course he did. Of course. Because that's what No, I digress. His interpretation was reinforced when Pope Saint Celestine, I don't know, sent him as a missionary bishop to Ireland. It is said that St. Patrick converted all the Irish. From a Catholic point of view, he converted all the Irish. They left out, get the GTFO, STFU, or Well, not exactly. Not exactly. But he did convert so many and change their worldview so thoroughly that it was light work for his disciples to complete the conversion of the entire country. Future Jen here. I forgot to include his picture. It's right here. Oh, right here. There we go. That was my redo. I was so sad this morning. So upset. So anyway, that's St. Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No! This is Patrick! I'm not a Krusty Krab.
And come back for 16.
Have a great day, guys. Don't forget to check out all my other videos on the channel and like and subscribe.